Welcome to Minutes with Lynnis, brought to you by Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond. Embark on this journey with me, Lynnis Mullins, your certified holistic living and wellness expert for women over 40, as we explore tips for an ever-growing mind, body, and spirit in just a few minutes. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lynnis Minutes. And I'm very excited today because one of my favorite people on the planet is with us today. I told you at the last Lynnis Minutes and last week that we were going to have a very special Sharing is Caring segment with the wonderful Dr. Kathleen Kelly. And when I tell you that she is wonderful, she truly is wonderful.
Well,
That's amazing.
I'm going to blush.
It's true. She's just amazing. Dr. Kelly is a psychologist, but she has this other side of her. She was traditionally trained, but she also has the other side of her that deals in what we like to call the woo-woo. But basically, it's a very important part of our mind, body, spirit wellness, and that is our soul, which contributes to our emotional health. And Dr. Kelly has come up with a wonderful, amazing line of essential oils that I wanted her to share with you and tell you about. But first of all, Dr. Catherine Kelly, welcome to Lynnis.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's good to see your face again and hear your voice and be on your live feed.
Thank you. And tell us a little bit about you and why you decided to create these oils.
So actually, I'll keep it as short as possible. As far as me, I was traditionally trained, but I did a lot of my training in healthcare environments. And so I do a lot of holistic health. And what that means is that I really look at all the aspects of a person in order to help them heal, because I personally don't think you can separate out the mind from the body, from the soul, from the physical part, from the environmental part, really any of it. And so about 15 years ago, I created what I call the soul health model, which is a holistic health model. It's a picture of a tree. All the 10 main branches are the aspects of the human condition that pretty much each and every one of us bump up against and have, again, the human condition issues that all of us deal with. And I wanted to give people a roadmap for just a visual roadmap for how to heal their lives, how to align their lives for what I call radiant living. And so I've published a book. I put out a second edition of it last year. Have another book that I published this year that's all about self-care. But what I started realizing over the last couple of years is that, you know, those 10 branches of the human condition, there are different aspects of things that every one of us deals with that I felt like I wanted to give people more tools in order to create that radiant life. And I've used essential oils for years and have found, I used them for aromatherapy, but then I started realizing that they were helping with some physical things as well. And so in January, I launched this company called Soul Health Essentials to go with my soul health model. And right now I've got two lines out. One is called the Ascension line, which is all about spirituality and meditation and groundedness and soul evolution. And at the same time, created another line that's for workplace wellness. So all of those oils are about how corporate health and how work environments struggle and how you can kind of enhance your radiance within the work environment. So it's been a ton of fun, but I have gotten really good feedback about the oils. And I know you used one of the oils last week and said it really helped you as well. So yes. It's been really fun, and we're getting ready to launch in a much bigger way. So I'm happy to be here to talk to you about it today.
Yes, I'm very, very excited about it. I just think it's awesome. In fact, I have your website on here right now for everybody to see. And there is the Soul Health Essential Oils. That is the website. And I was just wondering if you can kind of walk us through the website a little bit about your products and how they work. And let me say, last week, I was feeling pretty anxious. And these oils helped immediately because, as everyone knows, I do have an anxiety disorder. And these days, it takes an actual event to happen to put me in there. Before, nothing would be going on and I would have anxiety. But I had an event that happened that was, upsetting. And I was having problems keeping that from interfering with the things I had to do. And so it just so happens the universe brought your oils to me a whole week before the event that I ordered them for, which was wonderful. And it really helped. The one that Evolve is one of the things that I use, but there's also another one that you sent for the examples called Soul Soother. That is awesome. It just makes me kind of like zen all day long. So I thought it would be great for people to get a chance to see some of your site and what it is that you know, you're doing with your site and all the interesting things that are on here. I started on the first page. I don't know if you can see it or not. Can you see it?
Yeah, if you want to just pan down and take that down, I can kind of walk you through. So I'm going to have you stop right there. So Soul Centered is sort of my signature oil of all of the oils, because the number one thing I try to help people do is understand that they have to ground themselves or center themselves so that they can figure out what they need to work on next. And so we put that front and center because that oil has a very powerful grounding perspective, and it actually has a very kind of opening perspective, meaning that it helps you open your vision to seeing and identifying what it is that you need to work on next. And just like you were saying, Lynnis, you know, sometimes we have these events that happen that throw us off our center, and it's just really important to have some tools to get us back on that center. So if you want to go ahead and pan down, I can kind of walk you through just this front page. So I have several different lines of oils. Now, if you want to click on the Ascension Oils line over to the left, that'll bring that open so people can really understand. Hopefully that's gonna.
Let's see, I'm clicking on it now. Let's see.
Yeah, for whatever reason, it's taken a while.
Oh, here we go.
There we go. Good old universe, taking time.
Yes.
Okay. So if you want to pan down just a little bit, I'll kind of show you what the line looks like. So I have roller balls. I have roller balls which are safe to use directly on your skin because they have a carrier oil in them. And then the middle, in that picture, the middle line are actually diffuser oils, which you can put in diffusers. You can put on, we have bracelets we have created with lava beads, lava stones. And then that bottom line are all the sprays, because we actually created room sprays for all of these things too, in case people don't want them on their skin, but they want to maybe put them on their pillows or spray the actual room. And I use mostly organic oils because I want as clean as possible of the products. And the reason I say as many are organic as possible is that not all oils come in organic because of how they are farmed. So, you know, a lot of trees that are out in the middle of the jungle are not, you know, they're not organically grown per se as far as certification, but they can extract the oils because they're in a natural environment anyway. And one thing I want to point out as you go along and look at the website is that we have created icons that match each one of the types of oils. And so you're going to see at the top, she's rolling back up, the little spiral with the person. That's the Ascension Oil blend icon. So once you recognize that, you're going to know that's for meditation, that's for groundedness, that's for soul development. As you go down a little bit, Lynnis, you're going to get to the yoga line, and those are not available soon. They're coming, but we've got the lotus flower for those of you who do yoga. Basically, these are either to put on your yoga mat. You can actually put them on your body as well. And then further down, and these I'm really excited about, I call them the Rolling Stones, the soul gems. In fact, I just received the order for the bottles that the actual roller ball has a precious gemstone in them. So you might have something like quartz crystal. So that's about clearing energy. It might be a lapis lazuli, which is, you know, one of the highest energy stones for connection with spirit. So those are coming out before Christmas. And Lynnis, if you want to go back up and hit the let's see, branches of health line, that will bring up the others. And that might take a while for it to if the first, there we go. So I have the branches of health line, which are going to be walking through each one of the branches of my tree, the soul health model. So you'll have psychological, physical, social, interpersonal, environmental, and intellectual, recreational. So you're going to have all 10 of those. And we have 5 blends that are going to be released within the next 3 weeks for that one. And so one is for sleep, one is for trauma, one is for emotional eating, things like that. And so I've got all these different oils that are in the works. And, you know, with the, like I said, the 2 lines that are already out are the Ascension Oils line and also the Workplace Wellness. And then we're going to have the teacher line, the grief and hospice line. So we're kind of hitting all the different angles because there are very unique concerns that each one of those groups are going to help provide tools for.
And I just, you know, I am so believe in this that I waited almost a year before I sold any other essential oils, because I was selling some and then I stopped. And the reason why I stopped is because I have such complete and total faith in Dr. Kelly's ability to understand not just how the oils work, but how our minds work. And because of all the soul work that she's done, she understands how the soul works and the need to heal. So when she told me she was getting involved in this, I thought, okay, I definitely want to be a part of this business. So I am actually an affiliate now. I know, I'm so excited. One of your first affiliates to sell this. And we just got through, I designed a banner myself real quick to put on my website, because the interesting thing for those of you who are coming to the spa day, or if you haven't made up your mind, you need to make up your mind. For those of you in the Northern California area, I have maybe 4 or 5 more slots left for the Wellness Woman Spa Day. And we're going to do a soul healing aromatherapy session and foot massage session. And we're going to be using these wonderful oils. In fact, here's what one of the bottles looks like that she sent me. This is Evolve, and Evolve, it says for comfort, uplift, and align. And I use this during the day when I start to get a little frustrated or something. And this,
well, and let me throw in there what that oil is specifically designed for, because all of us have stuff that we're trying to move through and evolve beyond. And I chose oils that help when you're going through all that stuff and you feel like you're coming apart at the seams. I chose oils that would kind of hold you together and then gently push you forward through that evolutionary period. So it's perfect for what you're explaining for yourself right now, because you are growing like crazy right now. And so this is the perfect time. But for any woman, really, this is such an optimal time for women because we are growing in leaps and bounds. So things like this retreat, you know, when collective energy of all the women come together, it's a beautiful time to dive in.
I'm looking forward to that. And I am also looking forward to featuring the oils on the Costa Rica retreat. We're going to have a whole oil session that you and I are going to talk about later, so I can make sure that I'm doing everything in the right way in terms of what I need to focus on. But I'm telling you, these things are powerful. I could feel it as soon as I opened up the box.
Wonderful.
I could smell a little something, and automatically it just kind of shifted. Could you tell us a little bit about the olfactory nerve and how that helps us with our grounding and our healing prospects?
So the beautiful thing is that, and I'm going to say this from a soul's perspective in a second, but the beautiful thing from the human aspect is that all of our senses are tied into our brains. And so how we perceive the world has all to do with what our senses are telling us. And the beauty about aromatherapy is that both aromatherapy and then topical versions, because when you do want to put it on skin, a lot of times it'll penetrate and then go to brain sensing as well. But the beautiful thing about aromatherapy is it is one of our strongest cues to change within our brain. So when you said you opened the box and you immediately felt something, it's because the sense of smell is almost an immediate cue to the brain to light it up and scan to see not only how we're doing, how we're receiving that scent. It's amazing how it's almost an immediate cue to us. So the oils that you were smelling were the soul soother. And if you have been under stress, your body immediately reacted and responded to the oils that the essences that were still coming to you. And so it would immediately kind of put you into more of an alignment period. And so that's why, I've created these oils, is because, boy, it's so easy in our human condition to get out of line and get
Yes.
unlined,
Yes.
and getting realigned is really what we're trying to do. And, the thing about the soul soother, well, any of them, but, the way that I create these oils is that I come up with the effect that I want for people. I go do a bunch of research about which oils can have that effect, and then I sit on it for about maybe 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes 8 weeks, because I really want to use the intuitive part of me to bring the oils together that make the intuitive sense for the soul. And so I don't ever release an oil unless it hits that sense, that reaction, which everybody who's opened the oils so far has immediately done what you've done and said, whoa, okay, I'm feeling an immediate shift.
Yes.
And that olfactory sensing is the quickest way to get to change in our brain.
Yes, I think that one of the things that was most impactful for me was how all of a sudden I felt a sense of calm, even though I wasn't quite there yet. I got the sense of calm before I got there myself. So that was interesting, if that makes sense. There were still things going on around me. All of a sudden I was like,
yeah.
And I'll tell you, Kath, it was amazing because I wasn't expecting them until later. So when they came on the day that they came, I knew it was the universe helping me out. And that was the very thing that I needed. Immediately, I felt the difference. And why do you think oils are so important, in particular for the group of women that I, adhere to? My tribe are women over 40, all the way. I think my oldest member of this group is 91 years old.
Oh, fantastic.
That's something. So why do you think that the oils in particular are so impactful or helpful?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you I'm going to answer that directly through your population, but then I'm going to widen that lens a little bit for why it's so important for women to be doing their work right now. So from your perspective, for 40 and above, women go through this process of right around 35 to 40 is when they really start having the time and doing their own self-evaluation from a deeper level. So to me, their soul searching comes right around 35 to 40 and above. And what are we dealing with? We're dealing with body changes. We're dealing with relationship changes. We're dealing with having raised kids and learning how to adjust. We're dealing with health problems. We're dealing with all kinds of things that younger women don't deal with. And so these oils are particularly designed to help people. And the soul soother is about softening the edges. So you described it perfectly with what happened for you. But I don't know a woman 40 and above that doesn't need some edges softened as they are moving through this evolutionary period, that their personal evolutionary period. Now I'm going to widen the lens a little bit, because this is something that these are powerful words, but I believe it very strongly. Women are going through, the feminine gender on this planet is going through a gigantic shift. And whether we are conscious of what everybody else is going through, we have to remember that every single time one of us individually tries to evolve beyond something that's not working for us, or asserts themselves, or learns to get better care of themselves, or learns that self-love is so integral, every single time that a woman does that, we are participating in the evolution of womankind as a whole, because women never did any of that stuff before. So we have to think about this, is that not only are women going through a personal evolution, every time that personal evolution is happening, we are contributing to the collective evolution. So I'm going to look at the holistic perspective. And so we almost have to look at this as the collective soul of the feminine gender, the feminine divine right now that is happening. So retreats that you are offering, classes that I'm doing or you're doing, books that can reach women, any single insight, even if it's a little one, all the way up to the gigantic ones, they're helping women evolve. And that is why I wanted to create these oils, is give them yet one more tool, or in the case of all these oils, probably hundreds of tools once they're all pulled together, so that we can participate in this really integral evolution. So, you know, it's an honor to be able to work with you and getting them out to your folks. But it's, to me, I look at anything I offer, books, classes, therapy sessions, coaching sessions, whatever I do, including these oils, as it's contributing to a much bigger thing than what's happening just in my office. So I'm, you know, I think of this for the oils for you too.
I've got some a couple of questions that were coming in that I was looking at. One was asking about do you use lavender or peppermint or jojoba oil in any of your proprietary blends?
Okay, so the jojoba oil is the oil that I use because it is the closest thing to human skin. So what I have found with a lot of people who use fractionated coconut oil, but if you have anyone who has a nut allergy that could be semi serious or severe, those people could still react to those. So I wanted to eliminate any of that issue. And so I use 100% organic jojoba oil in all of the roller balls. So anything that has a carrier oil in them, I use the jojoba oil. There is peppermint in some of them. Now, if people are interested, they can look at the ingredient list. I list all of my ingredients that are on the website. I am very transparent about what I use. So there are several that have peppermint and there's several that have lavender. But again, I use organic because I want as clean and clear as possible. And the other thing, and this is on my website, but I throw this out here, I have been working to develop relationships with smaller essential oil suppliers because I'm a big believer in two things. That number one, I want a relationship with these people so that I kind of know where this stuff is coming from. Number two, I am huge on integrity. And I know that there's some bigger companies out there that are just trying to get it out there and get it out there, but I don't really appreciate the integrity of some of these bigger companies. And I believe that if there's a negative energy that is being put out there or a negative vibe that is being produced just because they want to get oils out there, they don't really care about the integrity of their company. I believe that that energy gets transferred to the end product. So I'm not participating in a lot of, you know, the bigger companies because I want that clean energy, both from the oil itself as well as the soul energy that is put into it. So I only create things with love. I mean, I only create and put things out there that have passion and love in them because I'm not just going to mass produce.
And I absolutely agree with you on that one. First of all, I like to support women-owned businesses. That's the first thing. Second thing is that because of your background and you really understanding how the olfactory nerve works in helping women and what's going on with women in terms of our emotions, especially in midlife and everything else. Right. I wanted to be able to have a product that if there were questions in relationship in particular to whatever some of my clients are going through, I knew I could get an answer from someone who really knows what they're talking about and not someone who, you know, went to, and there's nothing wrong with oil parties, but you know, they're not aromatherapists because I know you're working with an aromatherapist.
Right. And I'm in the process of getting certified myself.
Are you? Yeah, that's right. Well, I'm hoping to get certified through you. So certified in other ways. But and see, that's the thing that I think is really important is people who take out the time to really learn about these oils. So when you have legitimate questions, they're not giving you a canned response. They're giving you a real response. If any of you who are watching have any questions about the essential oil line, I'm looking at my phone right now for the questions. Please feel free to ask a question because I can see it. It's a little bit of a delay, but when I'm looking down at my phone, I'm not being rude. I'm just looking at the questions that are coming through. Someone just texted me a question asking about where they can get the oils from. And I'm going to share with you again my screen so that you can see my site, and I'll show you how you can get them. I think can you see that now? Okay, that's my site. Let me see here. Okay, that's my site right there. And on the very top banner is where you can get the oil. Just click on the banner until you get to this. Oh, there's the banner, Kath, can you see it?
Perfect, wonderful, wonderful, beautiful.
Okay. And this is the banner. Just click on the banner and then it will lead you to the soulhealthessentials.com and beautiful site all kinds of, I'm a little delayed here, but all kinds of wonderful information about the oils and what goes into the oils. And I love this because she has oils that will restore your body, oils that will recharge your mind. I mean, and inspire your soul. I think all of that is so important. And I also think that understanding what the oils are, you know, the combination and all of that and how it works goes a long way to people getting the biggest benefit from the oils. You know, that expectation has already been set, and there's just wonderful information about how it works and why it works, and I think the pricing is excellent as well. These are all affordable. My goal is to eventually get them all.
Well, and actually, I'm glad you mentioned that because, you know, and that's one thing that in fact, I have 2 meetings set in the next 2 weeks, planning sessions with my assistant and also sort of one of my other associates as far as a social media person. And we are planning in the next, well, we haven't planned it yet, but for the next, all the way through next June, we are going to look at when we're doing specified kinds of sales or promotions because, for instance, Boss's Day is in the middle of October, and it's the perfect time for workplace wellness oils and, you know, with self-love. So with Valentine's Day in February, we're going to be doing promotions for my oil that's called Love My Soul. And Love My Soul is not about attracting a mate. It's about attracting you to you. It's about learning self-love and really embracing the fact that as a woman, we have got to start loving ourselves in order to take care of ourselves better. So we're going to have a lot of themed kind of promotions coming up. The other thing I want to throw out there, which is so fun, I sometimes think I don't have enough, well, I know I don't have enough time in the day, but all these different ideas that come. I have a friend who is a potter, and we are, she's created, I met with her a couple times, and she's created several different small bowls, pottery bowls, and well, the next firing is in a couple of weeks, but we're creating pottery beads that can serve as diffusers as well. So you can just set a little, you know, one of the sets on your desk, put your oils there, and then it's constantly diffusing for you. And these are going to be available probably in the next, let's see, she's going to do that last firing in 2 weeks. So probably in about 3 or 4 weeks, we'll have those diffuser sets available too. So they're great gifts, and they're great gifts for the holidays. And so, you know, I think creation is my hobby. And so having these different things to create between all the oils and everything else, it's just been a lot of fun. And I think that's partially why it's been so well received is that I'm loving doing it. It's just, I'm putting my heart and soul in it, but people are really loving these oils. It's coming out.
Yeah, I love them. I love the fact that you have these different categories for workplace wellness, and you eventually going to be doing teachers. And I think did I see caregivers on there too?
I have healthcare providers, which to me, the caregivers will fit in that.
Right.
The grief and hospice, there's going to be a few oils in there specifically for the caregivers of grief and hospice workers. We have, again, I think the teacher educator line is going to be so important because I work with a lot of teachers as a psychotherapist, and boy, you know, the educational world is not an easy world these days. So it's been fun to create the names of these oils. It's been fun to, I will mention this, if any of you do smudging or do room clearings, we have this oil that I created, and I kind of laugh because you know, all of the oils have sprays that come with them, and you can special order some of the sprays too. Even if we don't have them produced, I will make them for you. But I was creating little 2-ounce bottles of the Karmic Clear spray for people to kind of, for when they're letting go or they're trying to kind of clear energy of the room. And I was sitting there and I was like, I need a kick-ass version of this. And so I took the base of the Karma Clear and I added 2 really powerful oils that are usually used in spiritual traditions like Palo Santo and sage and sweetgrass and things like that. And I added 2 of them. And so I actually have a room spray that is considered a smudge spray that I call Kick-Ass Karma Clear.
Wow.
And people love that one because not only do they not have to burn anything for smoke, but the energy of that.
You can feel it. So when you walk into the room, you feel
Yes.
that. Ooh, I
You
want some
clear
of
it.
that, Catherine. I'm figuring out how I can get that from you. I want some of that.
It's, well, I had someone jokingly say they need one of those yard sprayers of it so they could go around their business and spray it.
Right,
And
spray the whole place. Yeah, I need it in
yeah,
my home, the backyard, all of
yeah.
that. Now, someone asked, can we, the oils that you create, can they be used? Can they be diffused? Can they be burned?
Yes. So I have the roller balls for people who want to take them with them and put them on their skin. And then also, especially for the essential oils, because they are powerful oils, I do have those in diffuser oils. If you, and I have the sprays as well. And so if anybody, and this is what I'm telling people, if anybody want any of the other sets of oils, so like the workplace wellness, if you want to diffuse one of those, I am more than happy to push to make those. I just haven't released those yet because I'm trying to get the lines out as soon as possible so people can kind of sample them. But yes, I have all of the essential oils are created with diffuser oils, and then the others will be coming very soon. So if anybody has a special request, I'm happy to push it along and get it done sooner.
Okay, so for those of you who are interested in finding out more about these oils, just go to my website at wellnesswoman40.com and click on the Soul Health Essentials banner at the very top where the sliders are, and it will take you directly to her site. You can take a look at them. If you have any questions, let me know. You can email me, email Dr. Kelly. Dr. Kelly, what is your website? Give them the name of your website as well.
So I'm going to give both of them. My own main website is www.drcatherinetkelly.com. And the reason I say Catherine T. Kelly is that there's a orthodontist in Minnesota that is named Catherine Kelly. So make sure you put the T in there. You can also just type in Soul Health and my website should come up. Or you can go to soulhealthessentials.com, which is the essential oils business. Now, I actually have a third website that is called the Soul Health Center, which is my new office space that I opened busily in the midst of all of this. I purchased a 2,000 square foot office
So
space earlier in the year.
someone was
It's been so
asking,
fun.
someone was just
It's
asking,
been
they were just asking me, they just texted me, where are you? And I was getting ready to say, you are in South Carolina?
Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay, North
Yeah,
Carolina.
North Carolina. And I travel. So if people have requests, I'm happy to travel and do, workshops and classes or do, life coaching as well, because, my mission is to get people to recognize their souls again. So I just want to help people connect with themselves at that deeper level and plant those seeds that this is really, I jokingly say, I think our souls will be our salvation because we just need to reconnect. And so this is one great way to do it.
And I want to make sure I give my shout outs to some of the wellness women who are out there. Hello, Elaine and Rosetta. I see you here. And Renee. Hey, Renee, my business partner. Richard Burrell and Mary Ellen Saganovich, who's a wonderful writer. Love her. I know that what you're saying is resonating with her because she writes about soul things.
Wonderful.
Priscilla, good to see you as well. And those are the names I can see. I know that there'll be some that are on the replay. Make sure you listen to all of it because we just got through giving the URLs for Dr. Kelly and for myself. If you want to get the oils from me, just go to wellnesswoman40.com. And if you want to see what the oils are really like, come to my spa day. For those of you who are in the Northern California area, it is this Saturday at 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's $60 a person, or if you do a girlfriend get a day special, then it's only $80 for the two of you. And we're going to be doing, oh my goodness, let me think. We're going to be doing meditation, yoga, water aerobics. We're going to do a soul healing session with aromatherapy. We're going to do some reflexology and also do it yourself brown sugar scrub. I'm going to show you how to make that. We're going to have a spa lunch. We're going to have smoothie time with some special green powder that I love that I want to share with you. And just wonderful sharing time. Those of you who come, we're going to be able to share our favorite affirmations, share quotes and things like that, that lift each other up. The whole idea of this spa day is to get you relaxed, rejuvenated in your spirit, and then re-energized to go out there in the world with a little bit more energy, but still zen. There is a way to be energetic and still be at peace. It doesn't have to be like that all the time. You can do both. Thank you so much, Dr. Kelly, for joining.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Absolutely. And I'm so
Always a
excited.
joy.
This is kind of like my official kickoff for the re-entering the essential oil business with a wonderful line that I can stand behind, because I'm looking at it right now and I'm sniffing on it right now. So thank you. Thank you. Oh, and these bags were beautiful that you sent. They're just
they're so fun. Yeah, I'm glad. And I hope they get to enjoy those.
Yes, yes. Everyone who comes, you get a free bag of this sample so you can get hooked on this stuff. I'm telling you. I'm doing oils, okay?
I was going to say, you're going to get hooked on health, really.
Yeah, hooked on health, hooked on feeling well in your mind, body, and spirit. Which, you know, I'm all about that in midlife. Midlife for me doesn't mean no life. Midlife means it's an opportunity to thrive, to try new things, to get to know you, to increase your self-love and your self-care, and most importantly, to love the natural you. So thanks so much for listening to Lynnis Minutes, and we will see you again next time. I'll be back on Friday with more.
Bye, everyone.
In your mind, body, and spirit. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you have something to share, please comment below. For more Wellness Woman videos, be sure to click the subscribe button below and check out my Facebook group, Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond. But most importantly, don't forget to love yourself and educate, encourage, and empower your mind, body, spirit wellness.